Hello everyone. So today we are going to solve the problem of the day, dominant pairs. In this problem, we are given an array of size n where n is even, and we have to calculate the number of dominant pairs I comma j. It consists of I comma j. So dominant pairs, we have conditions that I ranges from I is ranging from 0 to n by 2, and our j is ranging from n by 2 in the range n by 2 to n. All right. Plus another condition we have that array element I is 5 times greater than, oh, sorry, we have I here. So array element I is 5 times greater than our array element J. All right. So we have to make sure we fulfill these two criteria in order to count the number of dominant pairs. So the brute force technique would be running, iterating through two for loops, but it would take big O of n squared time complexity. But according to, if you look at the constraints, we have to solve it under n log n. So we'll be using a technique similar to the uh, binary search. So the technique I will be using would be first sorting the n by 2, the array list up to n by 2, because for I have which it ranges from 0 to n by 2. So I have to first sort the first n by 2 elements. So let me write down the elements first, considering the first test case. So if I sort the this this list 10 comma 2, we have 2 comma 10, and again we sort from n by 2 to n. So we have 1 comma 2, and in this array we put our I here and j here, and check if the element I satisfies the property of with the rest of these elements. So the idea behind sorting is that once once we have checked for this element, we can consider it done for the next element, because the next element in the sorted array would be equal to or larger than the previous element. So that's the idea behind this sorting. And yeah, we can return the count at last. We can maintain a variable count, and we'll be incrementing the value of count such that we get the uh, total number of dominant pairs. So let me code it for you. It would be easy to understand them. So we'll be using int answer and the j variable. Since we don't know how long we have to traverse, so we'll be using a nested while loop for the same. So let's first iterate through let's first sort this array. So for vectors, we use arr dot begin, comma, up to where we have to sort begin plus n by 2. Let us first store this n by 2 as mid in the mid variable. So while our j is less than n and it satisfies the property of arr of I is greater than or equals to 5 times our jth element. So in that case, we increment j, and out when we have traversed the second list, we evaluate our answer as answer plus equals j minus n by 2. So the idea behind j minus n by 2 is we get the uh, we get the total count of the list. So for example, let's consider this case 10, 2 to 1, and we have sorted this array as the I portion as 2 comma 10 and the j portion as 1 comma 2. And as you can see, 2 does not satisfy uh, or cannot become any dominant pair with the rest of the jth elements. For the element 10, we have the dominant pair 10 comma 1 and 10 comma 2. So if you see, the answer would be, so after the iteration we will be having our j as, for the, since it 10 and comma 1 would satisfy the condition of dominant pair and 10 comma 2 would be satisfying the condition of the dominant pair. So it the value of j in the end of this loop would be nothing but 2. All right, because as you can imagine, first j would be here and I would be here. So 2 will be checked with 1 and it won't satisfy the condition. Again, 2 would be checked with 2 and it won't satisfy the condition of dominant pair. Then we have, I would increment, I would come here and j is here. And then again we check if this satisfies the dominant pair condition. So yes, it satisfies. So we increment j. So we increment j comes here from here. And yep, again j satisfies this condition, so j increment. So at the end of this loop, according to the zero based indexing, we have the value of j as 4, and we have n by 2 is, we have n here is 4. So 4 divided by 4 is 2, 4 divided by 2 is 2. And in the answer, we stored answer plus equals 4 minus 2. All right. So we have 2 as answer. So in the end, we return answer, and let's compile our code. Giving me maybe we have something wrong here. Answer plus equals answer is like reducing by 2. We have sorted first part and second part. Next we have server. Then, oh, this would be at the mid. That's what we are doing wrong. So let's compile our code. So yeah, we get the right output. Let's submit, and yes, it got submitted. So that was it for the day. So if you have any doubt from this question, make sure you comment. I'll try to resolve.